Maybe this is pointless. Maybe I don't know this. Cause it feels so good. Saying all the right things, playing with my heartstrings. I'm in trouble now. Looking for a sign somewhere. Cause it can't just be all in my head. Where to draw the line? No fair. Did you mean every word that you said?
You're tuned in to Grown Folks Production. In the mix with the commish, Nate.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry we are running late here tonight. It has been one of those nights, man. I have spent the last 4 hours undecorating from Christmas and cleaning up. Y'all know how that goes. Coming here 2 hours before it's time to get rolling, and my internet doesn't work in my office. It works everywhere else, not in my office. Tracked it down. It is a wire issue up in my attic. I can't fix that 30 minutes before. Where music coming from? Spotify priest. Sorry, I can't read and talk. Anyway, on top of being dead tired, on top of not eating all day, on top of a very grumpy 4-year-old that's here, on top of a very upset wife that I'm doing a draft on a Saturday, on top of no internet, we got to push through and we got to have this done. And you guys couldn't even get us through the first round. That's so crazy disappointing that we couldn't get through the first round. Anyway, Maniac, I'm done boo-hooing and whining and complaining and snot-nosing over here. How are you tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good, and a little tired myself, but, you know, that was self-induced by all the running around I did today. We went with the family, had a little bit of a Christmas present to ourselves. We went out and ate at this really cool restaurant about 50 something miles away. It's a old cafeteria style where you go through the line, and man, but they got some great home cooked stuff, home cooked meal there, man. So it was good stuff. I ate too much, but I'm excited to get into the draft.
Was that the photo you posted?
Yes, it was.
There you go. I thought you were having another little Christmas meal or a late Christmas photo from the Christmas meal. All right, let's run through these picks really quick. I have no clue where we are or what's been gone. After my pick, I didn't pay any attention because there was nobody around. The draft has started, so the clock has gotten ticking here. I think we got a minute and a half for the first and maybe second round. After that, it's going to dip down. What up, Randy? What up, Dimbrew? What up, Priest? I think I seen Joker in here. I think I seen... Who else did I see in here? I don't have it all up here, but welcome, everybody. Thank you. Hit the like button if you don't mind. Welcome to the 118th draft here in the OMFL as we get ready for Season 118. As soon as this is over, I got to get sliders set. I got to get the draft set for next year because that was a boo-boo that I made for this Madden draft. So I got to get that thing set. So there's a lot to get done before I get this thing advancing and moving on and get us going into preseason week 1. So you have to be a little patient for me, and we will get this done. I'm glad Maniac is flying co-pilot with me. I'm definitely going to need some help here tonight. Let's run through these really quick, Maniac, and then maybe you guys in the chat, maybe Maniac who has a chance, help me out with who's not here tonight. And I will try to keep up with a list as well, and we will not wait around, as I think we just did for Dwayne. Mr. Tremaine Middleton, a cornerback, goes number 1 overall to the Cincinnati Bengals. That is not the direction I thought they would go. I thought that for sure they would go quarterback. They said, nope, we're going best defensive player out there. Matthew Jackson, defensive tackle, goes to LA Rams and D-Money. Jeremiah Connor, defensive tackle, goes to Priest. Cameron Johnson, a cornerback, goes to Nicehunger. Todd Atkins, a tight end, goes to Priest. Lane Holland, a strong safety, goes to Roger. Gordon Jackson, a cornerback, goes over to D-Money. Glenn Lowry, a wide receiver, goes to my Saints. Jose Escobar goes to the Patriots and Mr. Lost Sniper. Courtney Carey, a cornerback, goes to Massimo. Cornerbacks flying off the board this draft. Brandon Riles, a edge rusher, goes over to Pepper. Nate Hitchcock, a wide receiver, goes over to Bill. Joey Gutierrez, a right guard, goes over to Shocks. Nick Manga, Mike, middle linebacker, goes over to Colin, and that guy's an absolute superstar. Carlos Ivory, a wide receiver, goes over to Big Hurt. Ben Vega, defensive tackle, I had my own, goes over to Twinkie. I can see what that guy ended up looking like. Quan Jackson, cornerback, goes to you and your Arizona Cardinals. Brett Grayson, defensive tackle, goes to Zoe. Shaq Stinson, the first quarterback off the board, goes over to Randy. James. Charlie Parker, right guard, goes over to Joker. Mac Bush, and Mike Player, goes over. I don't know what to say. Mike linebacker is what you're supposed to say. Goes over to Cincy. I better hurry up here. Gregory Cloud goes over to Kevin. Alec Golston, wide receiver, goes to Roger. Manuel Mathis goes over to Little Koch. Brett Wilcox goes over to quarterback to the Seahawks. That one got me. Austin Swell, a wide receiver, goes to the Falcons. Jake Sands, wide receiver, goes to the Dallas Cowboys. Wait, Randy on this pick. Alfonso Aguirre, quarterback, goes over to Trey. That's a shocker. Jonathan Diaz, wide receiver, goes over to Massimo. Luis Gomez, a tight end, goes over to Lions. Casey Peterman, a left edge, goes over to Rod, and I have no clue who our buddy picked. We're off into the second round. I'm going to take my breath. I think I heard Trey. He can't help. You just say his name 3 times and he shows up. What up, Trey? Good to have you here, buddy. Randy, feel free if you want to jump in here. Roger, any of you guys, if you want to jump in and help us, come jump in here. It'll be a ton of fun.
I didn't get asked to show up. I just had to show up.
Well, it wasn't that I didn't want to ask. I'm gonna have my own issues over here. Okay, so I didn't get to really ask anybody. I'm struggling here. Deontay Thorpe, defensive tackle, is going to go to the Bengals. Then we got Texans, Packers, Dolphins, Packers, Texans. This is the Packers and Texans around here. Denver and the Ravens here. Guys, I'm going to take a breath. Let me know what you're thinking so far, Mr. Maniac. I'm going to eat some chips here, something I should not be eating at 46-year-old, but I'm hungry.
Looked like a kind of a surprising first round. I don't know. There was a few wide receivers. I mean, we're kind of accustomed to the wide receivers and the DBs kind of dominating that round one, and the DBs, the cornerbacks were dominant. But it was kind of late into the round before we seen a quarterback come off the table there. So it's interesting to see what. And the surprising thing was the Seahawks. I wasn't really expecting him to take a quarterback in the first round. That was kind of a, I don't know if a head scratcher or just like a wow pick or whatever. And then we all know Trey was shopping his guy. You know, he's trying to get rid of Herbert over there, so he's going to go with the young guy out of Texas, the big arm from Texas. We'll see how that plays out, and I was curious to see who Randy got too with that last pick, because
Andy Ford, defensive tackle. Defensive tackles were, I think,
cornerback and defensive tackles, man, running off the board.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything left for the rest of us after that round. So it's scraping the barrel in those two positions, I think, for the rest of this draft.
Mr. Trey, since you invited yourself in here, what do you think about the first round?
Wasn't all too surprising for me. It was kind of as anticipated. Everybody's surprised that Meek went quarterback. I'm not, because his current quarterback's on the final year of his contract. So being proactive, I guess. Had a quarterback you liked and went and got him. Not overly surprising. This is like Brett Favre all over again.
Spoken like a true Canadian.
Yeah, I think it was just surprising because of you took a low-rated guy and built him up to be a really good player, and to see him hit the reset button already, I don't know, it was just surprising.
I don't think it's a reset button. It's more of just being proactive and not having to pay a quarterback Uber amount of money next season.
Yeah, but there's a line there, right? Sooner or later, you got to pay one.
Well, see, this is why I took my incentives, and Herbert's sitting in free agency drinking a mimosa on beach somewhere.
What up, Bird? Texans Packers. They're starting to rebuild a lot of tight. Wait a second. I know I'm going to say something that may be wrong here, but I'm so tired I don't even give a flip. Didn't Priest take a tight end in the first round?
Possibly.
Pretty sure he did. And he took one here. Priest, you're in the chat. Why 2 tight ends back to back with a middle or will linebacker in between? I'm very confused. Tight end, I mean, running backs, maybe I can understand, but brother, you know we got a tight end rule around here, don't you?
Who knows? Maybe it was a block.
had one.
Priest is going to be in FPR next season. Now he says I have 2, had 0. Well, I understand the number game here, Priest. It just doesn't make logical sense of using your high picks that way. But hey, Priest, you never do anything to par for the course.
Priest
You do.
never-
He bounces to the beat of his own drum, so I respect it.
Bounces to the beat of his own drum and stays in the top 10 picks every year. That works.
I was going to say that about a couple of these teams that we see hanging out here with a lot of picks in the first and second round. There are teams that we've seen before, right? And I don't know. It's you're like, well, I wonder if you know, maybe we should reevaluate the strategy here and think about it. We even got Nicesanger hanging out in here. We got Roger in here. What up, fellas? Good to see you both. Feel free to unmute and help us with this thing. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. It's just one of those really frustrating days, and I am not focused the way I should be. Maniac's tired. He ate 1,800 calories at a massive, good after Christmas meal, so he's keeping his eyes awake. And that what's the turkey stuff called? Some I don't know, some kind of thing that happens when you eat turkey. Put you to sleep.
Oh, tryptophan.
Tryptophan. Thank you, Raj. That thing is happening to our buddy Maniac as we speak.
Yeah.
We got Birdman up here. Then we're over to Pepper and the Steelers. Priest, who will pick his third tight end because I mean he needs 3. What a way to view the draft. Well, I need 3. I might as well pick 3 in a row. And then we were over to Sharks, then the Bears, then the Cardinals. And then the Eagles. Help me with, you skip all Panthers picks. My son is on the PlayStation. I can do that. I'll skip you right now. You're a minute and a half. What am I doing? Oh, it's in front of me. That's what I'm doing. I need a stiff drink. Skip ahead. Skip to the next pick. Skip to do help me know who else is not here or here. I will feel free to skip these things as we can. I know Bill's not here. I know we now have Mr. Birdman who says he will not be here.
It's Bill, Byron, and Bird.
All right, so we got Giants, Titans, Panthers. I'm assuming my guy Dwayne is not here because he did not pick. Bird, that's a hell of a Father of the Year thing there. Miguel Cass, tight end, going over to the Panthers. Refusing to just let your draft go however it goes because your son has the PlayStation. I'd lose my mind. I don't think I could do that. If we get to, or by the time we get to the 4th round, we're going to cut this down to a minute per pick. So when I get to 30 seconds on the clock, I'm going to start advancing this thing. I think it might automatically do that for us, but I just want to, either way, We're going to tighten the ship up and get this thing moving, especially since you guys did not help me get through the first round. I don't even know what to talk about. I'm going to go grab some water. You guys fill the air. I'll be right back.
Well, since there's not much to talk about, here's a great thing to go discuss. The week 1 of season 118. Any matchups that you see in there, Mr. Maniac, that have you intrigued? Or is Maniac even here? Well, the matchups that intrigued me for week 1. Obviously, getting drawn Wayne week 1 in Dallas is awful. Meek versus Tim should be a good matchup, as well as Bird versus is it Rod, Flyboy. I feel like those are 3 interesting.
I think it's Rod.
I feel like those are 3 very interesting matchups for week 1 of season 118.
I like that Cardinals 49ers matchup.
Yeah, that could be a very good one.
I mean, they have really good battles in the deuce.
Yeah, Zoe and Maniac. Right?
Maniac.
Who is it again?
Zoe and
Zoe.
Maniac. Week 1.
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't pay attention.
There's a lot of interesting matchups. Obviously, we have Priest showing out here. We're getting a wide receiver. Probably he's super fast, so we can run his crossing routes.
Finally
Wait,
seeing some
wait, wait.
quarterbacks.
Last season.
Sorry, guys. Finally
Eagles
seeing some
keep working,
quarterbacks
too.
come off the board, too.
And now we've got Shucks and the Chiefs.
Ducks is up.
I was going to say that Priest gave away his strategy. He said he needed another tight end. So immediately after that, the next 2 picks are tight ends off the board. So
That's funny.
Yeah,
Everybody, who are the tight ends?
you picked that right in the back door.
Raj, we're about almost halfway here through the second round. What are like the top 3 positions you think are still out there and strong here in the second round?
There's still several round 1 grade wide receivers. I don't know what's going. Guys don't like them because we didn't get anybody with elite speed this time.
Mm-hmm.
The best we got was great, which tops out at like 93, 94. But there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's still 8 round 1 grade round receivers hanging out. Round 1, round 2 grade. And there's still there's no more DTs. They're all gone. There was still some, but they're all gone now. So wide receiver is probably the strongest thing that's left right now, other than interior offensive line. There's still a couple of guards and a couple of centers left.
Raj and I
that
were
are top
having
tier quality.
Raj and I were having this conversation. The defensive tackles, I don't even know exactly what I'm trying to say or how to articulate what I'm trying to say. It's a little astonishing that so many have gone because it is an important position, in a position that can have impact in specific games like the Villaveas of the world. But overall, it's a pretty unimpactful position. So to see this many go before we even really get halfway through round 2 is a little surprising.
Well, in a way, it's not, because 4 or 5 of those guys are 80 plus speed and got huge strength. They're going to end up, whoever gets them is going to move them to the outside. They're going to move them to an edge position. You got an 84 speed guy with 95 strength. He's going to the outside.
Now I'm serious.
I wonder if Twinkie's
that
even
was my
around.
plan. That's what I was going to do if I happened to land one, but the 2 guys that I wanted were gone by the time I got my pick.
I just
So I took
realized
the
that
safety instead.
the draft was paused, and I don't know why. Anyway,
Uh-oh.
it's not paused now. It's rolling. So Twinkie would have had all night. He'd have had us sitting here till next Thursday. You might have seen Twinkie. Anyway,
You've been taking a nap.
First ever OMFL draft to bring in the new year.
my favorite thing is he posted in the chat, "Hey, I'm going to coach basketball." I'm like, what? The time it took you to post this message, you could have logged in, made your pick, and then deuced out. Like, what are you doing, brother? Talk about checked out. Anyway, we got Patriots up next, Zoe and the 49ers. Those are two interesting well, I guess we got three really interesting teams here back to back. You've seen the Eagles go on a bit of run. He's got the all-star, superstar, franchise quarterback. The question I would pose to you, no shot at Twinkie, just in general, is this quarterback, I think it's Dickerson, is he getting wasted in Philadelphia?
Oh, 100% is. No,
Yes.
no shot at Twinkie. He just doesn't fit the style that Twinkie plays.
But you think he started to figure him out, and that's why you went a little bit of like a mid-season, late-season run there?
Hard to say.
Was he actually using him or was he using Hurts?
I think he was using him. He hates Hurts. Hates him. I think he sent me a message asking if I was interested in Hurts. He's like, nah, dog. I'm good.
Well, Hurts has like 86 throw power.
I
or some
know.
stupid
Like,
crap.
why would I not sign up for that? Yeah, no, I'm good. I think I'm okay.
If he can throw the ball with his leg, he'd probably have 99. So
I'd say if Twinkie watches this, but that means you'd have to be engaged, even though this is a thing. Twinkie, why are you making us sit here? I'm skipping Twinkie if yeah, I'm about to start skipping him. Anyway, Patriots, 49ers, Texans.
that's what I say. As of right now, the NFC East, only the Commanders are online. The rest of them are all showing offline.
Well, I'm,
NFC East said, screw it. We're not showing up there.
feel free to let me know if someone's showing up offline, and I will give it 30 seconds and then skip and be like, sorry, dog, we're not sitting here for 2 minutes. Patriots get Manny Hernandez, a wide receiver. Emmanuel Andrade, wide receiver, goes over to Philadelphia. Patriots, another head scratcher of a team. I thought he was going to come out this Madden and just roll, and he hasn't quite found that same momentum that he found last Madden that got him into that almost to the. I don't think he made it to the AFC Championship, but he lost it to the guy that ended up getting all the way. What's holding Lost Sniper and these Patriots back?
The loss of Rusty Stark.
Yeah, but you got old boy over there. Whoever the real life quarterback is, you think it's that much of a step back next time?
It's a huge difference. Drake May's got an 89 throw power. Rusty Starr had 95 or something.
Yeah,
that makes a difference.
But he didn't go after a quarterback yet.
After Rusty was built up.
Let's see. Let's go look at his team really fast. We got time. I mean, it's not like we're drafting.
They are hurting.
So he's got Drake May, and you're right. He's at 89 speed, 89 acceleration. I didn't realize that about him, but 94 throwing power. So May's got a rocket here.
Oh, all right. He is. It's a little
90
stronger than I thought.
short, 92 medium, 91 deep, 90 run. I mean, 90 overall. It's a team I'd like to see
I
put
hate
together.
to do this early, but it's a need pick, and I don't have a third rounder, so I'll take him now.
Go for it. I thought you were going to pick up Hunter or something when you start saying all that. You got Josh Hunter, cornerback going to San Francisco.
He's got a 2 to 3 round grade, so I know I'm reaching a little bit. But I don't have a third round pick, and I need a linebacker, so I'm going to make the pick, and I'll take the guy and just deal with it. Yeah, he was 61st in overall talent, and I drafted him at 51, so I reached 10 spots. I'm not going to die.
All right, I'm going to let y'all feel the air, the stream. You guys get to look at my ugly face, but I got to go look at my draft board, and, well, I'm not really interested in giving that away for free, so I'm going to let y'all fill it in as I can make my pick in 2 picks.
Love that. Interesting choice of getting a quarterback there, Mr. Maniac. Thoughts on why?
Yeah, I wanted a backup, and
In the second round?
yeah,
Drafting a backup quarterback in the second round.
Dude, what are you? There's crazy talent available. You didn't. If you weren't going to use that damn pick, you should have sold it to me.
Oh, come on. Man.
As if you needed more second round picks.
He said, "Oh, come on now."
I need all of the picks because I suck. Eventually, maybe I'll get somebody that does something. I mean, I honestly believe that it's more my lack of or my limited hand-eye coordination that screws me here, because I know how to call a game. I run roughshod over people in coach mode.
Yeah, I know.
Until you run into the Lions.
Until I run into the and I still hang with you, and I've had a lead 3 of the last 4 times, and then just lost it for stupid things. But I know how to call a game. I just can't get it to translate to me actually putting my fingers on the stick.
I'm going to chalk it up since he's not here anymore.
I mean, there's
Guys who waste our time just piss me off so bad. Like, dudes, take 30 seconds to say I won't make it. Like, just be human.
There's 3 draft story halfbacks left. 1, 2,
I don't have time
4,
to pay attention
5,
to the stories.
6, 7, 7 round 1, round 2 grade wide receivers.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I don't pick again to the 4th, and I've got who I want to get in the 4th already. So
I don't pick again to the 4th either, and I know who I'm going to take too. Not that I want to take the guy, but I have to take the guy because I need it. It's a need pick.
Greg, let's go find out what the need pick is.
I don't know. I'm going to take
man.
Joey Farrell here, the quarterback from Michigan State, just to make everybody go, what the?
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Nate, there's running backs, there's wide receivers, there's interior offensive line. There's plenty of stuff there left. There's even a defensive tackle left. There's linebackers left even.
I want to know how you had so many points to scout everything, man. Jeez.
I got one thing left on my board, and I'm not talking about it.
Just talk about it.
If you set your scouts up, you'll get 100% on at least one position group.
I'm sorry,
all the wide receivers, I have at 100%. And then if you go through your talent to your trees there, you can get upgraded scouts. You can upgrade to level 2 scouts or level 3 scouts. Mm-hmm. When you do that, it uncovers more. And if your level 2 scout,
like level 13,
happens to be on the same line as your. Oh, we don't do those stupid point things anymore.
Yeah, I have 185 franchise points, and I don't know what to do with them.
Hey, Nate. What position do you need?
I don't know. I want to go best player available, but the top of this draft board, I don't love, and so.
Okay, Matt Capps was a draft story safety. He's still sitting there.
Well, you know, if you don't take him, then the next person or the next person at that is going to probably take him. So,
yep.
Now,
well, he's a draft story, so chances are he's probably at least got a depth trait.
Mm-hmm.
He does fit some criteria I normally have.
Do it.
So does this guy, though.
Do it.
I mean, do you have a position that you're looking for specifically?
No, I just need to. You and I talked a little bit. I just need to add elite talent to this team. That's just kind of where I am.
I would pull the trigger on that guy, and I mean, he's a big guy.
Worst case scenario is you trade him to
He's
the
a big guy
Chargers
with great speed. So he's got a 4.38 and he's got great. So he's going to be 89, 90, 91 speed. Somewhere in there.
I let Raj talk me into it. A+, he was 27th in true value. Let me get over here. I'll let y'all see this before we get over. 27th in true value. A little hidden dev. 91 speed, 91 jump, 91 acceleration. He might be
that's a replacement for Sanker right there.
Well, I already had Sanker's replacement last year. All right. Hopefully that halfback that I have my own falls. I mean, wide receiver.
Oh boy.
Little Koch taking Kendrick Bailey. What up, Daniel? Good to see you. Yeah, Kev, he wasn't too bad. I didn't really need a safety.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's 4 story halfbacks still left.
Yeah, halfback's definitely on my list. All right, we got Seahawks, Raiders, Cowboys, Chargers. Mr. Trey's in here. Byron and the Titans, who we will skip. The Lions, Tim, Nips, and the Ravens. And then back to Randy and the Colts. Randy and the Colts winning the championship in season 117. Do we see a repeat happening here?
No, not a chance.
Oh boy.
That's just because I'm pissed
You're only
off.
saying that because you're in the AFC.
Yeah. Well, not on the AFC, but
and I'm in the AFC.
he was basically calling his shot to get to the championship this past year.
Yeah, and then I met a nice defense called Baltimore, and that gave me a nice dose of reality.
Josh Herring, Sam linebacker, goes to the Seahawks. Kendrick Avant, left tackle, goes over to the Raiders. We got the Cowboys up here. I'm pretty sure Wayne's not around. He is on, okay.
Whether Wayne drafts, that's a different story.
We got Cincy saying he is not here. 45 minutes late, but that's okay. At least we got there, you know?
Nate, you probably
Chargers.
took Dwayne's player. He was probably going for caps.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I draft those safeties. Like he
does
usually
like
has
those big
like
safeties,
7
but
or 8 deep.
If I could get a halfback like McMullen, y'all, I'd be, that's not too bad. If we did, again, I'm a little rambly here tonight as it's just not the afternoon I thought it was going to go. But if you put together like an all-star offense of Madden players that we've seen come in, can you imagine like a McMullen? I'm trying to think, who would the quarterback be of that team?
Yeah, there's 500,000 you could pick.
Who was your guy, Trey? He was really good.
Oh, dude, the big
the quarterback, yeah.
I remember now.
The draft that you had the quarterback, you had the middle linebacker, you had you had a great draft of players.
The guy you had right when you left for a little.
Yeah. I can't think of his name.
If Tim's in the chat, he'll remember.
And then
Tim will remember for me.
Hal out over at receiver with a couple of these other like Rodgers wide receivers that he's put in the Hall of Fame out of the other receiver. I can skip this one.
Now, Nate, here's a question. Do we count Doug Glenn in at receiver / running back even though he was a safety?
It's a great question. I think he could definitely get in there for a couple of snaps. He's definitely on the defensive side of the game. I think that would be a fun press pass live. Just spend like 20 minutes, do some homework, and look at all the old picks.
That makes me want to go back and do an all night draft list and see what I did.
KJ Conley, a edge going over to Tim. Roberto Rodriguez. I'm pretty sure Nipples picked that just because of the name. He's going to go over to Nips and the Ravens. We will not know who Randy takes with the Colts because, well, the game just skips right ahead. Well, you guys will figure it out, but I won't be able to figure it out. we'll start taking some
It
call-ins
shows
here.
up in the upper left-hand corner.
We'll take some
Upper
call-ins here
Right-hand corner, I'm sorry.
in round number 4, even though we already got 20 guys in here, so I can just start interviewing all these guys. I think this was a light draft. This draft, unfortunately, was set exactly how last draft was set, so it's not 1 for 1. It is still randomized, but the weaknesses and strengths of each draft was set the same. And I feel like both last year's draft and this year's draft was deeper or wider than, or deeper than wide, right? Like, you didn't get as many of the super high end talent guys, but you got a bunch of guys that could help a team. Wide receiver Jose Grimes gonna go over to the Colts. Man, Colts know how to pick his wide receivers. We got Denbrew. We'll skip Bird. Let me skip that now. Over to Big Hurt.
Randy, if you're watching, I was hoping he was gonna fall.
Then we'll over to Big Hurt, Nips and the Ravens, Byron and the Titans, which we will skip. D Money, Jay Glaze, and then we'll pause for me to go ahead and get my pick in. This one looks nice. This round looks nice. Like, look, we're not seeing as many repeat logos up here in the third round. That's kind of nice to see. It's definitely a strategy we've seen this Madden. Guys going all in early in these drafts and even moving not only later draft picks, but also future draft picks and players. It's definitely a strategy that guys are trying to do. And I think like last Madden or last season's draft, this can be one of those drafts that you can add really high end backup quality depth to your team quickly with this draft. You may not be able to get those amazing superstar, Glenn's and McMullins at the top end of this draft, but third, fourth round, you can still find guys that could start for you or even be solid number 2 options.
Yeah, being in the back end of the draft, I'm just expecting to not have any superstars available, and I'm just trying to build somebody.
Maniac, what are you doing with your Cardinals? Yeah, I don't see a third round pick here. What are we thinking for the rest of this draft? How's the early rounds of your draft going?
I mean, I'm pretty much just I'm set with my starters on offense and defense. I just looking for fillers. The one thing I was after in the first round was a quality cornerback that could turn into a starter because some of my guys below the slot corner are not really good. So, and I got that. I got a hidden dev guy and with my first one, and then I got good backup linemen that I can start building. I've got 3 guys I think that are 31, 32 overall on my offensive line. So I just drafted a hidden dev guy in the second round that can start building for next year. And then that quarterback, he's not hidden dev, but man, he's got an arm and he's already got really good accuracy on his deep and mid accuracy. So the quarterback that I got right now, it's a X Factor. I also drafted him as my import, and he was pretty ugly. And you see what he is now. So I will be the Cardinals again next Madden more than likely, and they're probably going to need a quarterback. So he might just be the next one.
That's an
I
interesting
would just like
pick.
to question Nipple's choice here of the fact that he went back-to-back wills.
He went back-to-back will linebackers, and I got to give him his credit, though. That guy knows how to pick linebackers. I don't know how he does it, but it feels like every time you turn around, he's putting some kind of superstar back there.
He lost Simpson to free agency, so he had to replace him. That's one of them.
And the Colts picked him up.
Yeah, unfortunately. I tried like hell to get that guy. The only thing I didn't do was throw a custom contract at him. I started to, because I saw the money bids, and I'm like, well, I can custom this and just go. I got the money. I can beat the shit out of everybody, but my record sucks, so he's probably not going to come here anyway.
I think one thing too, guys don't really look at is those 3 things that the players are interested in affect how they respond to you tremendously now. Like I think it does a lot more now than it used to. And you know, if you're not in their home state or fall underneath the category that you're looking for,
We did lower it down though, just so everybody knows. We did lower it down, so the impact isn't is heavy.
Right. But it still is a factor, because I know like there was one guy I was going after, and I was red in each one of the categories that he had, and I maxed out his the player friendly thing, all that he wanted. I gave it to him and stuff, and I was like one or two clicks behind the next person that was actually recruiting him. So.
All right, y'all fill the air. I'm gonna make my pick real quick.
Yeah, anything that says they need a winning record or a winning history, I'm screwed on.
Don't mind.
Everybody but Trey in this call.
I was going to say, I haven't had a winning record this Madden either, so we're.
What do you guys think? Free agency cycle.
A lot of us in that same boat, except for Trey in here. You know, Trey's the.
What are you? What is it that you're looking for, Nate? What position?
The best player available. Halfback was definitely on the list of guys I was looking at, so just kind of looking around real quick.
Okay. Either Arsenault or Fowler.
So many receivers still.
Yes, there is. There's still a ton of first-round wide receivers. There's still a ton of good wide receivers up there. This draft was heavy in wide receiver. The problem is it was heavy in wide receiver, but none of them have any damn speed. They're all, 92, 93. I think there was one that was 94, but the rest of them are all like 92, 93, blah, blah, whatever. It's not, it's not that Al Davis speed kills thing. We don't have any Randy Moss clones, these 6'5" guys that are 97 speed and can jump through the roof. We don't have any more of those.
I prefer Calvin Johnson than you.
Okay, whatever. Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, whatever.
You guys have destroyed the quarterback or wide receiver market.
Well, Devin McCullough, the wide receiver for the Colts, he's only got 93 speed, 91 acceleration, but I think
6'5".
one of the he's big,
great release. He's huge. That guy is a problem. Yes, he is. He's hard to stop. He's really hard to stop, and Randy knows what he's doing too.
91
somebody else's hands of guy might be just average.
Yeah, for a 6'5" wide receiver that's got 91 change of direction, I mean, it's insane. He's
a big boy.
Lost is up.
All right, back on our draft grind here. I'll pick again in the 4th round. I think I got the rest of my picks.
Who did you select?
I took Fowler. He's not gonna make the team, unfortunately, but is what it is.
Really?
This round, yeah.
Why?
Normal dev.
He was a story guy. Oh, really?
Yeah, normal dev.
Usually the story guys have. Damn.
Uh-oh.
I bounced around between a couple guys, and I was like, let me just take a flyer. Fowler was on my board. It was at the top of the board, so I went ahead and went with it. And normal dev, 91 speed, 91 acceleration. Nothing to get too excited about. I feel like I got a handful of those guys already, so he'll be a practice squad guy, and we'll see how it goes later on for him.
Maybe it'll be one of those guys where if you train him in training camp, he gets the automatic dev increase or something.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it gets a
maybe.
dev increase.
I will not be training him in training camp, though. I've got other guys that I'd rather train. The question I was going to throw out at all of you to think about or to tell me a response on is when you feel like, hey, I've got my team set. I feel really good about the direction, the youth, the development, whatever it is. Like Maniac was saying, I've got my starter set. What does it take for a rookie to come in and go, wait a second, I thought I had my starter set, but this guy's either playing out of his mind in the preseason or this guy's just like, he's right there on the cusp and I need to develop him and play him. What does it take for a guy to come in and take a starter's position as a rookie?
God-given talent.
Yeah, just making plays. Can't make plays. You don't.
Yeah, you go with, if they make plays, it's hard to take a guy off the field that's making a play, regardless of where you drafted him or what you're paying him. If he's getting the job done, you can't take him off the field.
And I've had guys like that. I've had guys that looking at their attributes, their abilities, all the numbers on paper, it's like, this doesn't make sense. This guy should not be starting on this team or this guy should not be making plays. But he just makes plays. My rookie receiver last year that I drafted, I think it was the third round, late second round, something like that. Had that big gobble of picks there in the second and third round. He was that way. It was like, wait a second, this guy's slow. He's 90 speed. In the OMFL, that's pretty slow. And yet he's just out here making plays. And he just gets open. Time and time again, I can't not put him on the field. And he ended up being a starter for my team, even though I had paid a free agent to come in and be that number 2 guy. Ended up taking that guy's place and just making plays. And, if you took out the spam wide receiver rookies in this league, which happens all the time, this guy was a top 3 rookie receiver and just made plays for me on a team that was 32nd in passing. So I've seen those guys that just come in day one, start making plays. I've seen it the other way too, where you got guys that on paper, we talked about it in chat the other day. I give Roger a hard time. He's like, take that Tulane cornerback a couple Maddens ago, a couple drafts ago. He was my import. The guy does nothing for me, but on paper, it looks like he should be a superstar. He should be a stud. He should be a top 5 cornerback in this league. But I think he had 2 picks all last season. Just does nothing for me at all. So I've seen it go both ways, and it's always interesting to see how guys manage that whenever they feel like, hey, I'm set across the board. You get this influx of rookies, and you're like, oh, no. Wait a second. That wasn't part of the plan. Now what do I do?
I had that last Madden.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I had that last Madden before I jumped from Minnesota to Jacksonville. I had that Jelani Underwood or Moorhead, Johnny Moorhead, and 69 overall coming out with regular dev, and he was running back who just didn't go down.
Yeah, it has had like that wow factor for me. I mean, because most of the time, unless they are, coming out of the box, they're like an 80 overall or whatever, and like, okay, well, he's going to be a starter from day one type of thing. They either, like, in their limited snaps they get, all of a sudden, like, okay, this guy's always getting yards, or he's always open, or he's always making a play on defense, and then, like, it's kind of, I approach it like real life. You start giving them extra snaps, maybe putting them in the nickel package, and if they just continue to make plays, like, okay, I got to get this guy into the starting lineup. That was kind of the way it was with me last Madden with the one linebacker I had, Cho or something. I can't remember his name now. It was like just like 2 letters. His last name was, and anyway, and he just made plays, and I just got him on the field, and he just started just really growing, and he was nearly an import for me for this Madden, but he didn't make the cut. So, but I mean, that's just the way I approach it and stuff. But this last draft, I drafted a edge guy that was a hidden dev, and I knew that he was a superstar, but he just had limited snaps. He never could seem like he could be an impact player, even with the minimum amount that I had him out there and stuff. So he just kind of kept sitting behind other guys and stuff, and then just kept training the whole year. And then
Twinkie,
finally,
you're
like the
killing me,
last
man.
couple games, he started making some plays, and so he's going to be my starter this year.
I'm letting Twinkie know I'm skipping him the rest of this draft.
Fullback.
Fullback
Play
in the
Marshall.
third round.
Well, he didn't make the pick. He's not here. Like, it just, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just because I've had one of those days. We've all had them sometimes. It's just like, it's really getting under my skin. Guy, you could take 30 seconds to say, I won't be able to be there. Don't waste your time. Anyway.
Dumb ways to die. Huh?
Is there, how much of a role, how much
That's
of
funny
an
as shit.
influence does development play into it? Like, if you get a guy that's doing what you all said, just making plays, not what you expected, but he gets open, or he can't be tackled, or he's just making he's shooting the gap, whatever. But he's got normal dev, and your starter there is a superstar, or, you know, maybe a whatever, you know, a star. Does that play a role in it, or do you let the play on the field be the biggest influence?
Play on the field.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't let that rule in at all, because progression's going to get them anyway. So they're going to lose that superstar. That dev doesn't make a play.
Yeah, I literally had a receiver that should have been wide receiver 5, but he just made plays, and he benched 2 guys with superstar depth. So
Yeah, superstar dev doesn't, but that's great for growing a guy, but it doesn't put points on the board
Or stop points from getting put on the board.
or stop points from getting points on the board. That's true too.
I'm just going to be a
Goes both
commissioner
ways.
for a second, and I'm going to rant for just like 5 seconds. Twinkie messaged me that he's on a date night with his wife, and I took shrapnel from my wife to do this here tonight. And guys, if you can't take 30 seconds, will you just know? Like, he's taking 30 seconds while on a date night with his wife to tell me he's not here. You could have took that 3 hours ago to say you wouldn't be here. Like, come on, man. Be an adult.
Who the hell schedules date night on draft night?
I love you, Roger. I just
This is a good
absolutely
question.
love you. That just gets under my skin. Nothing to you personally, Twinkie. This isn't about you as the human, Twinkie. Even though, like, I do, like, brother, you've been here way too long to fumble the things you fumble
doing
around
stupid
here.
stuff.
Like, you could have took 30 seconds instead of me just waiting around. And it shouldn't be that big a deal. It's like, it's 2 minutes, Nate. Shut up. But still, it just gets under my skin. We could have said something. Someone could have said something. Anyway. Back to the Bucks.
I'm at a loss. How do you schedule date night on draft night? That makes no sense.
I took shrapnel to the knees for being here tonight. As I was walking into the studio, already fuming from the internet issue I was having, and the thought of what it's going to take to fix the stupid thing. And she's like, "Don't you ever put a draft night on Saturday night again." I was like, I can't make you any promises, but I will definitely keep that in mind as we move forward here.
So what you're saying is that we could have done this last night.
She wouldn't have been happy
Right.
last night either, but it's just the way it goes sometimes.
Saturday morning off limits.
Yeah, I think it's all off limits when she's on vacation and in the mood she's in today. Listen, we both had a long day today. We anybody who undecorates their home from Christmas with their wives knows that, like, it ain't fun for nobody. Okay, you're both done at the end of it. So we got Raiders, we got Colin and the Bears, and back to Trey and the Chargers. Nips, Tim, Rod, and Randy gonna finish us up here in the third round. Raiders, they went on a little bit of run there late in the season. What are we expecting in season 118 from the Raiders?
More the same.
Are we talking upward trajectory or that
I think so,
up and
yeah.
down roller coaster?
In his division, he can compete there, I think.
Excuse you.
It is a winnable
Did I say he
division.
was going to win it? I said he can compete there.
It is
Excuse
winnable.
you.
He can compete there.
Yeah,
He
does
did.
give me a run for the
He
money.
did put up quite a bit of points on you, man. I'm just saying, you know.
Y'all got to learn to just ignore Trey. Just let him have his minute there and just move on, you know?
The guy can compete there.
I need an extra slot on this call just for Trey's ego. We got Trey here at 92, Nips at 93. I love that Tim said he's having a Christmas party, which raises a lot of questions for me, Tim. Like, a Christmas party tonight? Okay. But he said I still got the PlayStation fired up. So some of us can't let anybody know, and some of us fire up a PlayStation in the middle of a Christmas party. I dig all of the options. Durante Greenwood, a cornerback, going over to the Ravens. We're over to Tim, Rod, and Randy. Cooper Watson, defensive tackle, going over to Trey.
I'm
And Dev knows
interested in that
tackle,
Greenwood.
76 speed. I'll take it.
Which say Maniac?
I'm interested in Greenwood because he was actually a guy that was supposedly originally viewed as a guy to pick up in free agency after the draft, but his talent said he was a second and third round guy. So I'm kind of curious to see what that guy turned out.
Let's be honest. We all know that's going to be Nick's user.
Junior Jackson, Will linebacker, going to the Raiders, and then Jason Sawyer, a quarterback, going over to the Bears. That feels like sort of, hey, there's too much talent, too much abilities here to let that guy slide there, going over to Colin and the Chicago Bears.
This is exactly the reason why I drafted the quarterback in the third or the second or whatever it was. I felt like all these guys were going to go in the third.
You know?
Yeah.
But if you feel like you're set, you said, I feel like I'm set, then I can see sort of taking best player available, a lot of quality or a lot of quality there with the pick. Addison Leonard, a right guard, going over to Rod. Rod did that last year. One of the best stick players I think that we have here, even though he's only been here for one season. But if he can figure out FPR, we'll see how it goes in the new season. That's just going to be a bit of a hair trigger with Mr. Rod as we move into the new season.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, it's always quick. Darius Hackett.
LSU
LSU cornerback, going to go help Mr. Randy in that defense. So we got Denbrew in the Bengals. We got Roger in the Texans, Priest in the Packers, Massimo in the Dolphins, and then we're off and running into round number 4. We'll start taking calls halfway through this. And so if you're interested in coming and letting us do a little bit of an interview with you, we'd love to do that. I might start picking some of these guys to get us running. What you'll do is you'll join the Discord chat. Be muted for us, please. And then send Maniac a message, and Maniac's going to give me the heads up, sort of what kind of, I don't know what word I'm looking for, y'all. I need a nap. What sort of, what am I looking for here? Lineup. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. We're going to roll through. We get our first kicker off the board in the 4th round. Tucker Foster, Mr. Raj pulling the trigger on a kicker.
Well, he had elite kick power, and Fairbairn wanted $7 million. I'm not paying the kicker $7 million a year. Just not doing
Roger, he's the only one putting up points on your offense.
Oh my God!
But excuse me, Colin.
Man,
Collins did okay.
Holy cow! You gotta be
nice.
Listen, you can pick on a lot of people around here, Trey. Roger ain't one of them. Not only because he can pick up for himself, but number 2, a lot of people gonna step up with him. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
I do it out of love.
You guys feel the air. He said he does it with love. I'm gonna toss out a question. and then I'm gonna go while you guys talk about it, I'm gonna go get my board ready here. What are the positions you just do not pay? Kicker, punter, definitely one of them. We'll take them right off the board. Who are the other positions that you're like, I just refuse to pay big contracts here? Feels like one of them for some of you might be quarterback, because that's been already discussed a few times.
Yeah,
quarterback for me.
Quarterback's one of those ones where I question it. It depends on how the quarterback plays. If he fits my style, sure, I'll pay him. But if he doesn't, I'll find somebody else.
.96 kick power for this guy. I'll take it.
There you go. And now you can kick it from the 60-yard line.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, boy.
Oh boy.
What are some other positions you're like, I'm just not gonna pay these positions?
It may be stupid of me, but I don't pay running backs because there's one in every draft. You can get one in every draft. You can just cycle them. Give me the next guy. Give me the next guy. Give me the next guy. I don't want to invest 10, 12, $15 million in a back. And I don't pay. I don't particularly usually pay Sam linebackers either. They're not on the field half the time because you know we're in nickel or some kind of sub package more often than anything else. So I'm not paying those guys. I just drafted a guy that's going to sit he'll sit over there for 2-3 seasons, and then I'll get somebody else.
Broncos time went all the way down to
Yes, sir. I'm watching. I was hoping y'all fill the air here.
Okay.
I was trying.
No, you're doing a good job.
You asked the question, I gave you an answer. It may not be the answer you want to hear, but
No, I like it.
I don't know. Fullback for me. Punter,
yeah, fullback. I don't pay them.
Running back, it just depends. I don't know. I think there's some game changers. I think you see like some of the top dogs in the playoffs where they had that bell cow running back that just ran through everybody. I think in the OMFL Bowl with the Colts, you know, he had two guys that were just really good, and that one guy, he's got Taylor. I mean, he's just nearly unstoppable at times in that game. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on the quarterback thing. Yeah, they command a lot of money, but I mean, if you're going to compete, I think, and at a high level, I think you have to have one that at least that's middle of the tier of all the quarterbacks that are in the league. Because if you got one of these guys that are 71 overall, you know, and decent, and then you're trying to build him up, I think it can set you back a couple seasons, you know. But if you're able to kind of bring them along and build them up, and if you got an elite guy, I think he can make certain throws that other quarterbacks can't. And so I've been on that spectrum, on both sides of the spectrum. I had Parker Colt, I had Josh Allen, and then I got this guy and that I'm playing with now, Tremaine Jordan. And if you don't have the guy to call, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of those passes that you try to make, they're not there, and it can hinder your offense at times.
Well, we're about to see whether we can pay a quarterback or not. If he comes up with this $60 million a year crap, I'll be shopping.
Quarterbacks seem to be one. What are the positions you will pay? You're like, hey, this guy, like, no matter what he's asking for, I will pay it. It feels like really good defensive ends. Feels like
Corners.
for a lot of people. Yep, cornerbacks and receivers too, which are shocking to me because I feel the same that you feel about halfbacks. I feel the same about receivers. Unless they're like Howls of the world, I have a really hard time paying them fat contracts. I'm like, there's 100 guys I can get in the next draft and just build you up.
I will pay me a good Mike linebacker.
Yeah. See, I thought that would be
good
a
Mike
position you
linebacker,
wouldn't
yeah.
pay.
I can see that.
Because I could see Trey using just about anybody and being really good, sort of like Dwayne does. You just give me a guy with some speed, some strength, and I'll use him, and I don't need to pay that guy.
You're correct in that aspect, but if I can put that guy out there and I can trust him to do it on his own and I don't have to use him, fantastic.
Pre said defensive
Yeah,
end for sure.
Dominant defensive tackle. If you have a D tackle that's constantly disrupting and your opponent can't run in the middle and you get pressure from that guy, even if he gets a handful of sacks, it's fantastic. But if you have a dominant D tackle, you got to pay him because we'll cycle through all these ones that just got drafted here. In 2 years, half of them will be free agents.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got 3 picks this round. Let's go.
What, 4th round or 5th round?
4th round.
Oh, 4th round, I don't have shit. I'm done. 5th round, I got a couple. But... No, 6th round, 5th round, I got nothing. I don't have any little 6th round. I can take a nap.
I'd say a dominant left tackle is one thing you don't always want to pay if you got a right-handed quarterback.
I was just about to say that. It depends on your quarterback hand. Left-handed quarterback, you want a good right tackle.
I don't make draft classes anymore, Trey. We're not allowed to have left-handed quarterbacks.
Hey! Ruins my fun.
Hey,
Was it Trey that drafted the lefty and switched him to a righty? Was that you, Trey?
What, where?
Someone drafted a lefty one draft and just went in and edited him to be a righty. I'm like, what are you doing?
No.
I don't mind the left-handed quarterbacks.
No, I don't either.
I
just the audacity that somebody thought, I'm just going to make him a right-handed quarterback. I'm like, what? No, that's not. You can't. We had to put in a rule. We were like, this is so stupid. Like, you drafted a lefty, brother. Sorry, you got a lefty. That's what you got. Juwan Woodward, wide receiver, going to the Cardinals. Trenton Myers, a tight end, going to the Steelers. Luke Devine, a strong safety, going to the Giants. And Mamu Burnell, a fullback. Maybe Manu might be the first fullback. Maybe not. He's going to the Sharks and the Chiefs.
Hidden dev wide receiver.
Doesn't he have Carson Steele? Why would he draft another guy, a fullback, if he's got Steele?
Probably because he doesn't want to pay them.
Probably the same thing you said. Yeah, I don't want to pay a fullback.
Is Steele's contract up?
He doesn't have. He has Steele as a running back.
Oh, he moved into running back. Okay, that's why. That explains it.
We got Maniac and the Cardinals up here at 111. Twinkie at 112. We'll skip 113 back to Maniac and the Cardinals. 114 Zoe and the 49ers. 115 Jets and James. 116 Bills and Joker. And then we are going to be into the middle of the 4th round here soon. I'm going to get this thing down to 1 minute. I cannot manually do that. So for everyone who's here, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and post a message in the 5th round. I am skipping picks at 30 seconds.
Skip. Minute.
Just a heads up, James is not online.
Thank you, sir. He sent me a message. I guess he assumed I'm going to sit here and watch the clock, but he's like, in the next hour and a half, I'll be home. And I'm like, I'm sorry, brother. I don't know what that means. I'm not sitting here watching a clock.
An hour and a half from now, we're going to be done.
Yeah. Rashawn Chambas, a halfback, going over to the Cardinals. I bought into the halfback hype in this draft, and it's just not. I'm not seeing it. This is a waste of my last 2 picks. So I'm just going to try to go best player available and get back to my what I felt like was a pretty good formula that helped me last draft sort of fell on me so far this draft. So we'll see. Zoe and the 49ers. Tough division. I think we can all say that. Pretty tough division sitting over there. But he had some really good games and a bit of a weird roster. He's doing this with a pretty weak-armed quarterback and an aging halfback and maybe some weird wide receiver scenarios. Now, I don't know his draft from last year or this year, but what are we expecting from the 49ers in season 118? Can he turn the corner and really compete with the Seahawks? I want to say the Rams, even though the Rams clearly tanked this last season. It's so funny. Him and Meek, not buddies, not friends, probably don't like each other, is the only games the Rams showed up for. The rest of them, he lost by, whatever. But for the Seahawks, he showed up for those games. But are we expecting him to compete in this division?
Given the fact that he let Stafford go, I think he's going to go with that quarterback he drafted last year and give it the full D-Wing college try.
I feel like rookie quarterbacks are tough to win with. Some guys can do it, and we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen this past season, but for a lot of guys, it's a pretty tough ask.
Yeah, it's a tough out for sure. It is definitely a tough out.
Roger, why are you sticking it out with your guy? You just feel like you can win with him?
With Stroud?
Yeah.
With Stroud?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a better option.
Yeah.
I have a guy behind him that I drafted, but he rookie regressed on me. So, but I don't see a better option readily available. So maybe we're going to see what we're going to take a look and maybe see what Herbert wants in free agency. Maybe I'll pick him up. I've got plenty of cap money.
Go ahead and have him.
Well, shit, he can't be any worse than what I got.
Online.
I got a cheaper solution for you.
Skip him. I got a couple of solutions. I got a couple of guys that I'll let go
McCarthy.
dirt cheap.
Oh, yeah.
I got Shuck. I got Rattler. I got so many quarterbacks. I don't know what to do over here.
Shuck them down.
All right, we got Joker in the Bills at 116. Cincy and the Falcons at 117. Kevin and the Bucks at 118. Nicesanger at 119 with the Vikings. And then 120, Little Koch and the Browns. Little Koch and the Browns had a hell of a good season. Does what Little Koch does, builds one of the top offenses, top quarterbacks, receivers, tight ends, running backs. Like, he's just got a great combo. Always starts at the offensive line, but then just pooped the bed in the playoffs. What happened there from your guys' perspective? Just ran up against a buzzsaw of a team, just wasn't ready for the playoffs. Are we expecting him to make another run this year?
Nibbles is
I think he makes another run.
I mean, yeah, I agree. He's going to make another run, but
he beat the Browns and he beat Trey too.
When Nibbles is on, he is hard to beat.
Am I skipping the Falcons? Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, they're on my list. Sorry. Thank you.
My theory is that during the regular season, Den and Koch switched accounts, so they're playing on each other's account. And then when it came to actually the playoffs, they went back to being on the normal account.
Oh gosh.
It's the theories that are floating. They're going to come from this show now. I feel like it's been one of those like snoozer drafts. I don't know. What do we think? We're almost 3/4 of the way here through the fourth round. What are we thinking about season 118 draft so far? Is there a number one winner? Is there a couple teams that are like, man, these teams are grabbing some studs?
I don't know if I've seen like anybody that's just like taking the reins and be like,
Yeah,
oh wow, this guy's won it. I think this kind of spread out. I think a lot of guys have had solid drafts. I think you look at the Browns, you look at the Bengals. I think another one would be probably the Giants. I think has kind of quietly had a decent draft. You look at some of those guys. I think
he ain't even here.
But yeah, he got a really good wide receiver in that first round, and I think he got a linebacker in the second. I thought that was going to be good. So, but I mean, we'll probably see at the end like somebody's going to really like push out, and say, well, I got this guy and this guy and this guy that we weren't aware of or whatever, and then we're like, oh wow, it's a good draft. But I think overall, there's been several that's had solid drafts, but I don't think currently right now that anybody's just wowed us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no one big clear winner of the draft. It was a fairly weak draft, in my opinion.
That's why I traded the picks away.
Yeah. So to have a clear out and day winner, you just weren't going to get that. Now, can we look back at the end of the season and say there was a clear day winner? More than likely. I feel like there's going to be a few guys that force feed the rookies a bit too much. And they'll definitely have some game changers for them. But till then, it's going to be hard to declare a clear out winner.
We've seen that before. We've seen a couple of drafts that's just like, there's good players here, but there's no superstar players. There's no Hall of Fame players coming out of this draft. Now, we could be surprised. Who knows how this is going to play out exactly in players' hands. But so far, it doesn't feel like one of those drafts where you're like, oh, my God, these 5 players are just changing the way the league plays. These are names that we're mentioning all the time. Even last draft, we had some quarterbacks and some receivers. There's a couple players, a handful of players that you would mention from time to time, but not. I guess I'm sort of inflating, but the, your guy Trey from the Lions that played every position on the field, like it wasn't Doug Glenn, right? So it wasn't that level of player that I feel like that was coming out of this draft.
He was just an average guy with like normal depth. By the end of the season, he had like 14 interceptions and was an X factor. It was ridiculous.
126, Tim and the Lions. 127, Rod and the Commanders. 128, Randy and the Colts.
I was going to say that, I mean, who knows what will happen. I mean, we're going to be changing things up a little bit, with the sliders and the
Do you
set
hear
that
the
we're playing
excitement
on.
in his voice?
No, I'm being genuine here. So I mean, we could see some lower defensive players maybe make more plays and possibly be bigger impacts than what we were accustomed to the first 2 seasons of this Madden. So that could play a factor as well.
Is there a position that you guys feel like maybe the greatest impacted when we moved to Madden or all Madden? I feel like halfbacks are going to be the big head scratcher for me. I agree with the cornerbacks too. Halfbacks are going to be like, I mean, we've seen, what Trey did this past season, but a lot of average halfbacks out there outside of that one also. Does this hurt halfbacks even more? Quarterbacks, especially rookie quarterbacks, how's this going to affect? I'm just interested to see how playmaking goes. And defensive end, especially rookie defensive ends. I feel like if there was a strength in this draft, it was the defensive line and the players that we could see come out of the defensive line. So this could be really good for some rookies. 5th round, we're going to skip this thing at 30 seconds. So be warned, everyone that's here, everybody that's hanging out with me, be warned. You can skip the Bucks the rest of the way. Thank you. Appreciate that.
That only took 30 seconds.
It took less than 30 seconds.
Here, I think is where guys just go sort by speed and by strength and go with that.
By throw power, like I just did.
At this point, I'm searching by injury rating.
Mm.
Because I don't want.
Why does that not surprise me?
Don't want somebody that's going to get broke.
I just picked up a quarterback with 94 throw power in the fourth round, so
That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Lynn Collins, free safety over to Denver. And his buddy followed him with Billy Walker, free safety over to the Browns. Isaac Whitlock, our second kicker, I'm pretty sure, just went to Priest and the Packers. Over to Massimo,
you don't need
Skip
that.
Byron, D Money, Jay Glaze, and then myself. Guys, we'll start taking some calls. If I don't get any here pretty soon, then I'm going to start interviewing the fellas in here. And I'm going to start picking them off one by one. And we're going to have a good time. So I appreciate all of you for jumping in here with me. Those of you who are in the chat, and then all you guys here in the voice chat. It's been a good night, even though it came off to a rough start. We still got a little ways to go here, but we're going to land this ship before we know it.
That's gonna
Oh, yeah.
be a good night.
Massimo just drafted a wide receiver with a run walk.
I like it.
He's got to be a physical guy.
I love
Yeah.
wide receivers that can run block. I know it's an undervalued, underrated stat, but like it is one of the top 2 stats I'm looking at of like, can this guy run block?
You get that honorary lineman out there on that wide receiver.
Woo, bro, give me a 52, 55 run block receiver. Yeah, sign me up.
I'm gonna just let you know, Nate, that Broncos is offline.
Okay, thank you.
Jefferson's block is like a 60, and Addison's is like a 58. I like running behind those two guys.
All right, you
I'm
guys.
curious what my wide receiver blocking is.
You guys feel the air. I'm gonna go get ready to make my pick.
So, what owners do you think are going to make a jump with the all Madden?
Jump with all Madden. I don't think it's going to be a jump that we're going to see. I think it's going to be a fall that we're going to see. I think a lot of people that just were checking and praying, hoping that their speedy receivers were going to win them games, and we're winning games because of it, aren't going to win those games anymore.
I don't know. I think there's a couple guys.
Pray and pray.
That we might see bounce
I
up a
used to be able
little
to
bit.
do that. I lost that guy.
Thank God.
That guy
Yeah.
retired. I can't
How
do
was
that
a
shit no more.
reset? How was a reset button for me? Like he's just one of those guys. Just like I'm just gonna hit this reset button real fast and get back into this game.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. You did it to me a couple times last Madden.
Let's go get this guy. I am
I'll have like 300 yards in one game.
I am sorry that I retired that guy now.
I can tell you this much. From that first season playing you, glad he wasn't there.
I miss him.
I'm just excited for Madden 27 when I get Jameson Williams back in my hands.
Oh, is that
Yes.
no? You get
Yes. My draft picks
27?
are. A lot of my
You get
draft
to go
picks are
back
going to
next
be a
year?
result of that.
Next year I get the Lions for a full cycle.
Oh, there you go.
Me and Tim have a working arrangement.
I am not moving, and I'm going to knock that King of the North in his mouth.
You're hilarious.
Excuse me.
Oh boy.
You tell that to Jameson Williams as he puts up 200 yards on you every game.
Hey, don't we have a rule against targeting receivers?
No, we don't.
200 yards a game, huh? Damn. Well, you know what to do when you play him. Just double that guy.
Okay, but
Yeah, but he's going to move him around in the spot, and then he's going to put him in the outside, inside spot.
It's okay. You can
Roger,
have
you
it.
have to remember this, Roger. I tend to use him in
Remember.
the formation. He will line up in the back zone. He will line up in the slot.
You
He
are
will line
so
up in
wrong
the
with
outside. He
that.
will line up everywhere I want him to be.
You were wrong.
That's where you need a Dylan Marshall to be able to cover.
Yeah. Don't dare.
And now I also have Jamar Gibbs that, is probably going to be like 98 speed next year.
Yeah, he's crazy too.
So
That
I'm
dude
going to have a
is-
bunch of fun with this.
Those two guys were meant for video game world.
Yes,
They were.
I agree. But there's only one defense that he can't seem to run on.
Well, hold on. You have to take into the fact that the entire offensive line of the Detroit Lions is absolutely in shambles.
Oh, it's destroyed that now.
And
Brian
that's going to
Flores
show next
said in the
year
press
on their ratings.
Brian Flores
Really?
in a press conference said that not having Frank Ragnow changes everything you can do on a defense.
Uh-huh.
He said Frank was one of the smartest centers he's ever played against or had to coach against.
It shows. Look at what we did with the Vikings defense last year. It was
Does anybody know if the
absolutely
Steelers are
game-to-game.
online? I don't know how this turned into a
They
Lions talk show, but all
are off.
right, I'm just gonna skip.
Offline. Repeat offline.
All right, let's
I'm not
interview
sure
Mr. Let's interview
Take
Mr.
mine out of hand.
Nicehunger. We can all ask Nicehunger some questions. Nicehunger, you went back to your favorite team, number one. Let's get you started with that one. What made you make that jump? We talked a little bit of it last season, and did it work out the way you had hoped that it worked out? Because you left behind the OMFL's leading rusher with the Jaguars, a pretty good young team, moved back over to the Vikings that basically had the guy you swapped with trade away all your big time talent.
You know, I wanted my team back. I got him now. There was a couple things that didn't go my way. I ran into a zone heavy team. And there were a lot of close games. And
Would his name start with a T and end with an M?
You would never mention something like that.
What is
but
wearing a false crown?
I ran into some other issues with my with the team that just didn't go the way I expected. Plus, the way the game plays, the cornerbacks don't really react to anything, so I was getting gashed. They would take bad angles, and it was just really bad run defense. My passing defense was actually really good, but my run defense, it was just not there. They would go the wrong way, going for tackles and stuff. So hopefully, all Madden helps some of that. And with having two X Factor wide receivers now, it should. People can't just go after Jefferson because Addison's just as good.
Guys, what kind of questions you got for our buddy Nicehunger? We had somebody who just joined Discord and just joined the voice chat. Slow play, I don't know who you are, but I've got you manually muted because we've been bot spammed a lot lately, and I just don't trust nobody, especially somebody that just joined the chat a few minutes ago. So I'm going to have you manually muted. If you're just checking us out, thank you. Appreciate you. Follow the directions in the apps, and you can add the roles and do what you got to do to check us out. But outside of that, slow play, you will stay muted and be muted in this voice chat because I don't know who you are and I do not trust you. What questions we got for our buddy Nicehunger? Wow.
How's the new playbook?
Fun. That's the only insight I'm giving on that in this chat.
I heard nothing.
It was
I heard fun.
It was very fun. The defense wasn't stopping the Tyreek Hill streaks that the Texans were playing in our coach mode game, but the offense was definitely there. I scored points in the game.
Wow.
Nicehunger, what is the plan with the offense, especially when it comes to the quarterback, running back, receiver position? I think you and I talked a little bit this offseason, and there was some questions about what you were going to do with Jefferson and the age that was happening. So what is the plan with the offseason just in general?
Well, the goal was to try to trade either Jefferson because Addison's still on a rookie contract. He's He's on the 5th year of his deal, so I'm going to have to either pay him or let him walk off season. And Jefferson obviously has a huge contract, but he's locked up for the remainder of this cycle. But my goal is to stay balanced. Addison actually led my team in receiving yards. But him and Jefferson were both, I think, over 1,200 yards. What Jefferson had, and then my third receiver had like 700 yards. So the passing game was very balanced between the 3 guys. And then I had over 1,000 yards rushing with Breece Hall. So my goal is to stay balanced and limit turnovers, and that's just, that way I can keep it balanced. And if I can limit the turnovers, I think a few of those games that I lost change into wins. Having those 2 X factors with all Madden, I think that's going to make it play different.
How do you compete in that division? You got some big dogs over there, but I think definitely an open division. How are you going to compete in season 118?
Well, I've been back and forth with every one of those guys. Tim has had my number of late, but he ain't nobody I can't beat. Colin's very good. I went back and forth with him a few different times. Priest, he's his own worst enemy. Sometimes like he'll get you down and then throw a pick and it gets you right back in. And great player, but sometimes when he gets pass happy, he can cause him to make those mistakes.
Anything else for our buddy Nicehunger? Colin jumped in here, but he jumped out of here before I could even get over to him.
He got in here just long enough to hear his name mentioned.
Keep Nicehunger in check.
But he's one of the tougher guys to play in the division. Like, I know what's coming from Tim. He's trying to run, and then the Jameson and Amon-Ra show, and every once in a while that tight end post out route to
Laporta.
Yeah, I know what's coming. You got to get your guys to respond to go to the right spot when he's doing it.
That is the worst, especially when you know. It's like, I know what's happening, and you just cannot make the play. It's infuriating, but you also got to tip your cap. The other guy built a little bit better of a team. Well, Nicehunger, I'm pulling for the Vikings, man. I can't wait to see what you can do, especially with this cornerback. I think you sort of lost, and you did lose your best player in that cornerback. The Big Hurt traded away for peanuts and a sack of almonds. So now you got a new kind of cornerstone to build around, and somebody that you can do something with. So I can't wait to see what you can do over there.
I actually got 2 nice cornerstones on that back end. Because I got a 22-year-old from Roger trading my picks to get another nice corner. I got 2 younger corners that are 70. One's a 79 with a star development right now, and
nice.
He's like 22 years old. And I got the 23-year-old with hidden dev and 95 speed. So 2 guys I can build around.
I still got Taylor out there. Just throw me a 3rd round pick, and he can be all yours for the low price of a 3rd rounder. So, guys, we are at the 30-second mark on these picks. So when I get to 30 seconds, I'm giving you 2 extra seconds, and I'm skipping ahead. So make sure to get those picks in. There's no way I can automatically do that, and I'm having to manually do that. 155, we get the Dallas Cowboys. 156. Or Dwayne and the Dallas Cowboys. 156, Trey and the Chargers. 157, Skip. 158, Tim and the Lions. 159, Rod and the Commanders. And then 160, Randy and the Indianapolis Colts. Mr. Trey. Let's talk to the one guy who likes to talk about him more than anybody else likes to talk about him. Let's talk about Trey. Trey, you got those Chargers rolling, brother. Heck of an offense last year, especially behind the King himself, but a bit of a remodel, to say the least. What's the plan as we move into season 118? It's your pick, too, so if you need a second to get your pick in, go ahead and give you that. There you go.
Yeah, it's a unique turn. Going into the 3rd season of this cycle for us. Uh, I'm kind of stuck with a bit of dilemma. I can run with Herbert the rest of the way, or I could go ahead and try and build ahead for next year's lines. And I feel like I need to do a bit of both, so that's why Herbert was out there. Nobody wanted him, so sent him off to Cancun somewhere and got myself a new rookie quarterback to try and develop to go ahead and get me through this cycle and hopefully get me jump started with the Lions next cycle.
Well, you never have a season where you don't think you're going to compete. So how are you going to compete with having to revamp an aging offense over there in LA?
Yeah, it's not really aging. I actually got younger. I have Derrick Henry, but at the same time Derrick Henry was destroying the league, Amari Hampton was like a top 32 running back himself. So the fact that I had two deadly rushers was fantastic. And now that Henry's getting up there a little bit in age, it means Hampton's going to get a little bit more carries to try and work the extra load that I need him to work. And then I've got some young receivers that are chomping at the bit to make up for the lack of a pass game that I had last season.
Ooh, Randy, I almost got you. I just thought in my head, it was like, oh, he's a remote play. Let me give him a couple extra seconds here. Almost had to skip you ahead. Roger has been jumping in and out of the chat, so I hope he's okay and not having any internet issues or whatever. Guys, what do you have for our buddy Trey? Wow. There you have it. Thank you, Trey, for showing up to the show tonight. And
Not so I cleared his throat, so I thought he was fixing to ask him something, so I just kind of kept quiet. But my bad.
No, I've got a little bit of a cold starting.
Oh, that's not good. Well, Trey, we all know that you have no lack of confidence in your team and yourself. So, well, what are you gonna do to get over the hump and get ready to play in the OMFL Bowl?
I think I need to find more confidence in my run game. As good as it was, I got away from it when Nipples was getting ahead of me. If I probably would have stuck to it earlier instead of forcing myself into past scenarios, I'd probably make that a lot closer of a game than it was. So if I can find the confidence in the quarterback, I didn't trust Herbert in throws, and I had start forcing throws. And then when you're forcing throws against Nipples, you're going to either get picked off or sacked.
Oh, yeah, especially when he's using the corner.
Exactly. So I got to be able to trust my run game to carry when I need to, but also trust my quarterback that he's going to make the passes I need to. And I didn't feel that Herbert, even with all of his accuracies, all high 90s, he'd be like high pointing passes for no apparent reason. So that's why I'm hoping going with a slightly smaller quarterback, I'll have less of those issues. And also, I feel like Herbert's run style is so wonky that even though he has 86 speed, it doesn't feel like 86 speed. So I feel like now that I'm having a quarterback that's slower, I'm going to be more reliant on not using my option offense that I've had been using as much, and then focus on actually using the inside and outside zone runs as I intended my offense to be.
Nice. I know, who is your biggest rivalry over there in the AFC West?
Biggest rival I definitely see right now is definitely J Battles. Him and those dang Raiders are a problem. And as long as he's got Dante Thornton on his team and Brock Bowers, I'm a head addition because I know that pass game can go for a one-play touchdown at any point. But then I also have to worry about Austin Genty in the backfield. So if I don't put him into a disadvantage early, I'm asking for him to finish the game off late against me.
Awesome. Yeah, I know you guys seem like you had a couple pretty good games this last season, so be interested to see how that plays out with that rivalry between you two.
Most definitely. I look forward to seeing if he can just chuck it up to Dante Thornton like he was, or if he's gonna have to figure out some more tools in the shed to keep up.
The more, the better.
Anything else for Trey before we close him out and get our buddy Colin in here? Sweet. Well, Trey, pulling for you. Rod, I had to mute you, bud. We were getting some feedback, so I will unmute you here in just a minute, bud, and we'll get you in here. Mr. Colin, you still with us?
I'm here, Nate. How are you doing?
I'm good, buddy. It's good to hear your voice. Let's talk about those Chicago Bears and this absolute manimal that you drafted at Mike linebacker. How are you feeling about your draft?
Good. Before we get started, if you hear any random noises from me, it's related to the Knicks game. But yeah, feel good about that linebacker. Yeah, I mean, the linebacker, he's not going to win me best draft on Neon Sports. I don't think the overall rating is going to be amazing out of the gate, but 91 speed, 91 acceleration, and sorting through ratings in the league, I guess that makes him the fastest middle linebacker in the league right out of the gate. So you can't beat that. And drafted a couple good running backs late. One was 94 speed, 94 acceleration, hidden development. So hopefully those guys could pay off.
You are a guy that knows how to draft and build up drafts. It feels like you're doing that again here in Chicago. Do you feel like this is the year that you can make that leap and start to really compete for a bowl game, or do you need another season?
I hope I can take the step and compete. As far as drafting, it's a crapshoot. I've missed on some picks. My first round draft pick last season was probably the worst draft pick I've had in the OMFL. I get 84 speed, free safety, like the 22nd pick or something. Just awful. But yeah, I'm hoping to take a step forward and go from 8 wins to about 12.
Maniac. Ooh. Maniac, God, I didn't want to skip you. You're pushing it there, brother. Guys, what questions do we have for our buddy Colin and these Chicago Bears?
What do you think you need to do better to win games this season?
Less interceptions.
Colin, your pick is up, so if you need to pause, we can let you do that. Interceptions are always the key.
I like to throw them. I mean, there are times I step back, I've got my eyes on a guy, and I'm like, as I press the button, I'm like, oh, this isn't going to end well. And it becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. I've just got to be a little bit sharper.
Well, you sure know how to find really good receivers. I think you got another good one over there as Caleb continues to build up. But you did go draft a quarterback. Was this just a future focus? Was this just there's too much value there? Well, what was the reason for grabbing another quarterback in this draft?
I mean, last year I went into the season with a 58 overall backup quarterback I got in free agency. And I think I was lucky to just never have to play him a snap. And it seemed like guys had pretty much the leagues has quarterbacks, and some guys were going to fall to maybe where they shouldn't in other times. And so yeah, it was just the 4th round, get my backup QB. He has 96 throw power, normal development, not much else, but I feel good. Like if Caleb goes south, I've got this guy, a X Factor wide receiver, 2 other superstar wide receivers. I've got an X Factor tight end, and then I've got the best receiving back in the league, who's superstar, an A-Chain. And yeah, I'm just, whatever happens, I'm ready to deal with it.
Feels like loaded offense. He knows how to build a loaded defense. What else we got for our buddy Colin?
Colin, what's up? How's it going, man? Look like you just drafted another quarterback there with Reading.
I think you just let the CPU pick.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to ask you what happened there with that, but I was also going to ask you about the NFC North. We know how competitive this division is, especially here the last couple of Maddens. So there for a while, this was a division that nobody wanted to win, and now it seems like there's quite a bit of competition over there. So talk about like who's your top rivalry there, or maybe all of them are kind of a top rival for you. So just kind of expand on that.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I'm the front runner. I mean, Tim is clearly there. I mean, he won the division last year. I did beat him in our 2 head-to-head matchups, but those were like late in the year where he had the division won. So I think maybe I was coming with a little more energy than he was. Nysonger. I mean, it's 50-50. Like, I mean, yeah. He stole one from me, I think week 1 last season. I mean, just brutal. I mean, you can't give him an inch. And then Priest, I mean, it just depends where his head's at. Fun division. Really look forward to playing with all these guys. They're all great schedulers. They play by the rules. I just try to meet them the same.
Awesome.
Definitely the harder one to plan against, I'll tell you that.
Anything else for our buddy Colin? Oh, sorry, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say, like, do you have one guy that you've drafted, like, may not be the first guy that you drafted, or is there one guy that you're looking forward to, maybe like, ooh, I can build this guy up into something? Is there that one guy that you've drafted so far that you have that idea?
This middle linebacker I got at number 14 in the first round. Like, he might be 73 overall. I think his change of direction and jumping are poor. Like, looking at Dwayne's middle linebacker, he's kind of overshone. Like, he's kind of got the same issues, and Dwayne's turned him into the best middle linebacker. So hopefully, I'm thinking, like, this guy I can develop. Hopefully he's a superstar and not a star. And I think he's going to play 8 seasons for me.
Nice.
Well, Colin, I can't wait to see what you do. I feel like you're one of the better drafters here. I know you say it's a crapshoot, and I get that, but I think you are. You're very good, and you know exactly what you're doing, and can't wait to see how you put this team together and how you can compete.
All right, yeah, hopefully I can pull it off.
Now, I'm sure you'll be able to do that. Can't wait to see those Bears back in the playoffs and making another push.
All right. So, yeah, Knicks are starting to squander this lead here in the third. So I'll let you guys go on to the next one. Everyone have a great night. Happy New Year. Just happy to be a part of this community.
I appreciate you, Colin, man.
Happy New Year.
Colin's
Take
the
care,
best.
guys.
I don't care what anybody says. I low-key love that guy. He's just one of those guys that I think if I'm ever in a bar fight, which I'm never going to be in a bar, but if I ever in a bar fight, Colin's the guy that I want in my corner. I want to make sure I got him with me. That guy knows. He's just a good dude. He's just he's been a really great part of our community for a very long time now. Let's bring in the NFC champion, NFC representative in the OMFL Bowl for this past season, Mr. Rod. Rod, how you doing tonight, bud?
What's up, gentlemen? How we doing?
I think we're gonna make it, man.
Doing well.
You never know how these nights turn out, and it's been one of those days that we all have sometimes. So let's talk about those Washington Commanders. Last time you were with us when you took this team, we were there, like we were in it. We started the off season and probably hindered you when it comes to the draft. How you feel about this offseason? Got your first real offseason underneath your belt and your first real draft that you got to go do all by yourself. How you feeling about the team?
Putting it together. It's just one of the unfortunate parts about making it all the way to the Super Bowl. You're at the latter half of the rounds, and I didn't have a second round, I guess, with the Zay Flowers trade from the first season, so I'm kind of set there for a minute. But I'm content with what we're running into. A lot of depth is what we're putting together on this team, and I think we'll be good.
Yeah, depth is not what we need to see you get. You already got everything that you need over there, man. What was the one thing that you're like, man, I think we talked a little bit about it after the bowl game, but what was the one position or group that you were like, I've got to improve this part of my team?
I would say the line on both sides of the ball. As you saw in the playoffs, and I said this after the Super Bowl, we gave up too many explosive plays, whether not being able to get to the quarterback or not being able to contain the run in the front seven. So really tried to focus on that early. Wasn't as successful with some of the early things I've seen, but we just got to put it together. We got to be more explosive on offense. If we can score points, I think we'll be fine.
My guys, what you got for Rod?
Rod, again, man, great season, making it to the OMFL Bowl. And I did notice that you've drafted, at least it caught my eye, a couple of offensive linemen that were looked like had pretty good grades on the board that popped up there that I saw that I could see. Are those the guys that you're really kind of excited about getting on your team, or what's one player that you've drafted that you just like can't wait to get him in the mix?
My right edge that I drafted at 31st, he's a hidden depth, so I'm curious to see what he ends up being. My fifth round last year, I might have to move him inside just because we lost Darren Payne. But at the offensive line, I lost two of my linemen going into the OMFL Bowl last year. So I truly need backups that can kind of get in there and at least continue to right the ship in the right direction. So that's what I really focus on.
Who did you pick up in the free agency, or did you have any cap space to pick up in free agency?
A lot of cap space. I'm trying to hold it, though. I got Jaden Daniels coming up here, and I'm sure he's going to go crazy with money, and I got to keep a quarterback. But I would say Luke Kraft, a tight end, a second tight end there that can really I know the FPR, but just being able to extend the field there with those tight ends against like the speed we have at linebacker in the NFC East is going to be very important for me.
Awesome. Who is your biggest rival you think that you had in this past season?
Got to go D Wayne so far, man. He's he's at the top of the totem pole so far in the NFC. All three of our games were one possession, actually 3-point games. With that game we had in the playoffs was an amazing game. But I'm gonna call him out. I hear that he's at the top, and that's what I'm continuing to chase.
Nice. And this being your first OMFL draft and kind of hanging out with us and listening to the draft show, what's your thoughts on it?
No, I love the commitment here. I love the creativity. I love what you all do. You make it an experience. You make it something that we strive to do, putting this game together. So to see this community, I'm excited to be a part of it and just continue to contribute in any way I can.
Yeah, Nate does an awesome job putting this together. And even though he said right the first today he was struggling with everything that was going against him, but man, Nate puts together awesome content.
Oh, 100%. When you can, forgive me, I don't know if there's any females in this league, but I apologize. So 32 men to get them on the same page to kind of operate in this facet is amazing to see, right? So it takes a strong leader, somebody that's very resilient, because they got to deal with 32 different egos in a game that is ego-driven at times. So Nate does an amazing job.
Preach, brother. It can be something sometimes, but this is it's for the love of the game. Trey, you always got good questions, but you've been quiet over there. I don't know, what you doing over there, playing Legos or doing something over there. What you got for our guy Rod?
What's up, Rod?
What's going on, servers?
So you have the interesting distinction of your first OMFL game being one that got quite a bit of controversy riled up, but you end up going up against that very same opponent in the OMFL Bowl, and you fell just short. Do you think the having those injuries to your offensive line was the key factor to you falling just short of being maybe one of the first or the only one to come into his first season and win an OMFL Bowl?
100%. 100%. But nothing to take away from Randy. He had an amazing game plan there. If you watch that last drive, that it was just a textbook on what you do and understanding what the opponent does great. So, I do believe losing my left guard, losing my center hurt. I had to pick some guys up off the street, so I just didn't have any depth. And then I will admit, I played that game scared, not scared, but just a little. I know what that first game was, and I think that carried me like the first 5 to 7 games of my experience here, where everybody just assumed I was going to be a FPR waiting to happen. And I think I kind of hit my stride there late, and I'm looking to ride that momentum into season 2.
Obviously, you have Jair Alexander as the key part of your corner core. Do you think that having Amos and Lattimore there to back him up will be a benefit, given you are in a very pass-heavy division with the Cowboys with his group of people, and the Giants with Neighbors and crew, and then obviously the Eagles with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith?
Absolutely. I think being able to play the man as effectively as I can, especially when all three of those guys have quarterbacks that can really take off. With I think Tweedy, I think is his name, that 97 speed, and to our second game, he used that more effectively. So being able to be less concerned in the back end on what's going on back there and really focus on like that first 5 yards is where I got to win this season against those explosive teams. All three of them have amazing offenses.
Now, you went out and got Jake Bates to be your kicker. Do you have the confidence in the fact that you can probably nail a 67-yard field goal?
68 yards. 68 yards when it makes sense.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a guaranteed 3 points, I believe, if we can get to midfield. And I like what we can do offensively. So, that's what I got to be better at, just scoring efficiencies. Hit me there at the end of the Super Bowl there with that turnover I had in the red zone, but just taking points. Scoring every drive is what we're striving to do this season. I think we're in like the mid of the league, like 17 to 20, I think, in like scoring efficiencies. We want to be in the top 5. So getting a kicker like that can guarantee points in those tough spots, it will change our game plan there late in those games.
That name makes Trey Tinkle. God, I'm falling. I need a nap. That name makes Trey tingle in areas we cannot mention on this show. So I'm sure he's going to be watching what you can do with Bates over there. If you haven't picked up, Rod, if you haven't picked up, Trey likes to talk about Trey and the Lions. Those are the 2 things he'll talk all day about.
You obviously had your schedule last season. I'm pretty sure you faced the AFC South, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think so.
You've got I believe it's the AFC East on it. Yeah, you have the AFC East on your schedule this season. Is there any one of those matchups that you were very interested in seeing from the opposite side of the conference that you may potentially meet up in the OMFL Bowl?
If I were to say 3, I would say the Jets. I really like what he did against Randy in that AFC wild card. So excited to see what he does. He plays it's like an old basketball player where it's like effective, but is you don't expect it to work. So I'm excited to see that against the Jets. And then I would say the Bills, just because like the team should have. Anybody got Josh Allen, I believe that's his quarterback still, could present different problems. So those 2 from the AFC East, I'm looking forward to playing. But I got Bird first game out the season, so I got a lot of things week 1 to get started with. I'm sure he's looking to rebound from that divisional matchup.
I'm pulling for you in week 1, brother,
and we'll see what it is.
I'm pulling for you in week 1.
Seeing how you do this season, and I'll do my best to give you a week 1 advantage by taking Wayne out in week 1.
Fair enough. I appreciate that.
Rob, before you get out of here, what makes your offense so dynamic? And if any, because there may be none, but what changes are you making for season 118? Whether it's the makeup of the team, the style of the team, what makes you so dynamic, and what changes are happening?
Last year, my focus was very run heavy. I wanted to control the game because I didn't know who I was playing. So that could have been my equalizer, and that worked for me. This year, I want to be a lot more diverse. My wide receiver, Terry McLaurin's getting old. Emmanuel Franklin, I think, is an amazing talent at 6'4" that I can use a lot better. And then I have Jalen Lane, who's going to really take over that Zay Flowers thing. And I got DJ Moore as well. So I just got a lot of wide receiver talent that I believe, like, if I can spread the field there within reason, that I could be more effective with Jaden Daniels and really honestly get him into that MVP conversation this year.
I love it. Any Easter eggs you can float out there for Madden 27 franchise?
And none, I can't do that. But I will just say, if you love 26, I think you're going to love what we're doing for 27.
I can't wait to see it. Rod, I'm pulling for you, brother. I appreciate you. I love your attitude. Thank you for just being a part of our community and embracing with us.
Send it. Hey, appreciate y'all. Have a great night. And again, Nate, you do an amazing job here, man. Keep it up, brother.
Thanks, Rod. I appreciate you, man. Rod of the Commanders. Good dude, man. One of the guys I think caught way too much flack early, and one of those guys that I just think if you just take a second to get to know and remember your experiences when you were first here, you're a little bit more patient with fellas. Anyway, we got Tim at a Christmas party, still drafting, but yet in the chat. Tim, are you still able to be with us, brother?
What's up, guys?
I thought for sure we were going to miss the Tim's rants for our normal draft, classic thing that we do. Tradition's the word I was looking for, but nope.
After everybody left the house and the place is it's my pick.
It is your pick.
After everybody left the house, I quickly logged on so that I wouldn't miss my chance to have my rant.
Well, let's talk about your Lions. We'll let you get this pick in. Niceonger just threw up in his mouth. I'm not sure what that's all about.
There we go.
What do you, your Lions, a little up and down. You red hot, and so there was a little bit of a lull in the middle, and then got hot again. You went on an epic run, though, into the playoffs. What was all that momentum that built up that got you to having such a great run in the playoffs?
Dumb luck. I can't put an answer to the reason why. It was just maybe with my playoff experience, of bad playoff experience, I finally decided I'm just going to be relaxed. I'm going to just play the game, let the game come to me, and see what happens. And I got a lot of breaks. That game against Atlanta, I missed 2 field goals, and I still had a chance to win the game. So you miss a field goal in the end of the fourth quarter. You miss a field goal when you had the ball first in overtime, and then he starts to drive down the field. And next thing you know, he's in field goal range. You blitz, and you make Penix, who doesn't throw a lot of picks, make him throw a pick right to Marquise Thomas. And I'm like, this is my second, third, fourth chance to win, and I'm going to make sure that I capitalize on this one.
I love it. Guys, what do you have for my buddy Tim?
What happened to your offense in the championship game?
What's that?
What happened to your offense in the championship game?
My offense? I went into a buzzsaw and Rod. Rod tore me apart. I mean, I couldn't do a thing defensively to stop him, and then I could not get a break at all. I knew I would struggle running against him, that I would have to open up passing, but even the passing lanes, I was really missing St. Brown. That was the game, the more than anything, I was missing St. Brown.
What do you think you can do to avoid that situation if you're in that position again?
I don't know. Don't play Rod.
Is there something team building that way you're not relying on St. Brown like that?
Well, I had to pull Christian Kirk off the street and to put him in St. Brown role. I mean, my team was set money wise, everything wise, to have the St. Brown and JMO show, and for the most part, that worked that season. And unfortunately, when you lose St. Brown like that, you're going to feel the void. You're going to feel the pain of it. And then you're going to have to figure out, where do I get the catches from? How do I avoid the other teams just defensively saying, I'm going to cover JMO and that'll be enough? That's all you got? Come on.
Sorry, I got distracted myself. So Tim, great season, great run. I've asked most of the guys tonight who their top player that they've drafted so far in this draft. What one guy are you looking forward to really kind of progressing and you see this guy and like, oh, I can make this guy into something?
First off, I'm not used to drafting 30th. 30th is pretty long for me. So we were playing cards over here and I was just had it on the TV. I was just casually looking to see, oh, it's my pick. I'm gonna have to pass this one. I fold, stuff like that. So, I mean, I grabbed a tight end first because why not? I can use him. I really needed depth. I lost depth. I lost a big starter in Marquise Thomas. He went to the Raiders. I couldn't afford him. I came across the salary cap that bit me big time. I was fortunate enough to find his replacement in the free agency. I'd never planned to find a free agent. I planned to draft an edge in the first round. So I found him in free agent, and I got Derek Hall, I believe. But I moved players. I draft players I needed, positions I needed, more than anything. I mean, I still don't have a kicker and a punter, but that doesn't stop Dan Campbell. He doesn't go for it on fourth, and he doesn't kick a field goal anyway.
Oh man!
I mean, I can do some things with the tight end I drafted in the first, and he was too good to pass up. So I'm hoping with him and Laporta that could be a little tight end crosses, 2 tight end sets, stuff like that, and you know.
The 89 speed on him doesn't hurt anything.
What's that?
Well,
the 89 speed on him doesn't hurt anything.
No, not at all. He can almost line up as a receiver.
Yeah, he's faster than some receivers. So, one more for me. Just basically, we know that you got your rivalry here with your boy that's in the chat, but what team that you face off against each season? It seems like in your division, what is the one that you kind of look forward to? Like, all right, this is the this is going to be it for the division, and then also I will put this out here. You did call your shot last year. You said you're going to get 10, 11 wins, and you followed up on it. So
yeah, I got a first place schedule now. I opened up against Meek. I'm sure he's going to want revenge after me eliminating him in the playoffs. Then I play D-Money. And I play week 8. I play Colin. I play you, Maniac, in week 9.
Oh,
Little Koch had a great season in week 10. Niners in week 11. Bears on Thanksgiving week. I play Trey in week 14. I finished the season with Bird in week 16 and D Wayne in week 18. So yeah, I got a little tough schedule here to go with. So it'll be interesting.
All right, well that's it for me. So good luck on your season, man, and trying to repeat.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. If you looked at the schedule I had last year and how I did. The one team that beat the rails off of me was Colin and the Bears, and I have to figure that out. So I'm looking forward to seeing how I match up on him. That's the measuring stick: is have I really improved, or was Colin just playing dormant this past year?
What else we got for Tim before we get him out of here? Nice Hunger being real quiet over there.
Yeah. I'm not used to this right here.
All right, well, Tim, I'm pulling for you, buddy. I can't wait to see what you can do. The only thing we're missing from this division is the trash talk from Priest. We did miss the Priest trash talk, but we got everybody else in there.
Colin, come on. I heard a little bit about Colin when he came on. Did he say anything noteworthy?
He's such a nice guy. He just towed that line the whole way down there, and just it was nothing but complimentary to everybody.
Jeez, I don't believe that.
He was. I'm telling you. Well, Tim, thanks for making time, even at a Christmas party. Why do we have a late Christmas party? Just the way it worked out?
It was supposed to be yesterday, and then we had a nasty ice storm, and we didn't want people driving from 30 minutes, an hour away. So we just basically said, hey, you know what? We'll do it on Saturday. And then like an idiot, I agreed to that. And next thing I know, I was like, oh, I got the draft.
You did it, though, brother.
We were playing apples to apples. The kids were having fun playing.
Nice.
I was a little slow on my turn when it was my turn to pick, but I made all my picks in. I don't know what I got, but I made them all in.
I love some good apples to apples. Well, brother, I pull it for you. Thank you for making some time and coming to join us.
All right. Take care, guys.
There you have it, Mr. Tim of the Detroit Lions. We got one more that we didn't really get to talk to. It's Mr. Maniac himself, the Press Pass Live co-pilot. Maniac, frustrating season for you last two seasons. But you seem to find some momentum, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But boy, you can put up points with just about anybody. Why was there so much offensive efficiency for the Cardinals?
Really, just try to be balanced, man. I coming into this Madden, I wanted to be solid with my rushing attack, and I've done that. I think I've been kind of middle of the road with my rushing attack. Bringing in this import quarterback, I also wanted to be improved in my passing. I think last Madden I wasn't real good at passing the ball. I mean, it was okay, but nothing ever really like oh wow, Maniac's putting up a lot of fantasy points with his wide receivers and all that stuff, with the quarterback and stuff. So I want to be more efficient with that, and I think I've done that. My kryptonite so far has been defense. I cannot. I've had problems with user controlling my defender, and I know a lot of guys have had the same issue. Getting my guys to do what I want them to do, and I just think a lot of my guys are solid defensively, but they kind of lack some of that big playability and stuff. So I did go out and I got the second rated free agent defensive tackle to add to the mix to what I've already got. Walter Nolan, the rookie from last year, has developed nicely. He's now an X factor. So I think the middle of my defense is going to be really improved. I had a young linebacker that I drafted last season, and also had a solid season, but eventually probably moving to the middle. So I just got to get better on defense. I've got to get better at play calling on defense, and there may be a little bit of a scheme change on defense for me this season as well.
Nice. Guys, what we got for Maniac?
Do 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 do.
Wow.
Oh,
there we go.
Who do you feel is your one guy in your draft that you can build up?
I think this cornerback is going to be something special. He's like 6'3". He runs. I was just looking at the stats. He's like 91 speed, 95 acceleration. He's lengthy. I think he's really going to be somebody that can build up. But I think the one guy that I may have a little bit of fun with is this rookie wide receiver I picked up. He's got 95 speed. He's only got 90 acceleration, but he's somewhat of a kind of a tweener in between a real slot guy and an outside guy. So I think he's going to be fun to build. I know we've seen a lot of these guys like Colin and those guys. They seem like they can take any wide receiver and make them an absolute beast. But I'm kind of interested in this guy. I've got a couple of guys on defense as well. The linebacker, it was better than I thought that I drafted in the fourth or fifth round it was. So that'll be somebody else. Maybe I'll look to try to put, kind of add some points to and pour my love into, and hopefully get him rocking and rolling as well.
You've got a mighty fine decision to make this season, Mr. Maniac, with Marvin Harrison being on a final year of his rookie deal. You obviously can get your fifth year option with him being a first round pick. Do you intend to use that option, or is that going to be one of those you see how the season plays out and figure out how it goes?
Well, in the offseason, I had the opportunity to go ahead and do the fifth year option, and I bypassed it. It's actually one of the only times I've bypassed doing the fifth year option. I just looked at it as going to be a big chunk in that 1 year for him, and I'm trying to be more cap minded this Madden than I have been. So I'm going to go trying to sign him long term and spread that contract out over the course of the rest of this Madden, instead of getting that one big hunk next season that would go on my cap. Because I've got him and a couple other guys that are going to be coming up. A couple of my DBs are going to be coming up for contract here pretty quick. And so, I've got some decisions to make. So that was one reason why I did bypass that fifth year option for this round, because to me, I think the third season is kind of like the critical season. This is where the cap will either kill you for either the last two seasons or so that we're going to play. And if what I do now, if I don't maintain it now, it'll get away from me, and can cause a lot of problems and not being able to field a really good team later on. So,
does drafting a rookie center have you wishing you had signed Elton Jenkins?
No, because I think I've got 2 or 3 other guys only on 1 year contracts. So either way, depends on how Jenkins, how he evolves, or maybe I guess the real sense would be how he regresses this season. If he regresses real bad, then I've got this rookie that I can train up this season, get ready to fit in that spot. But I know I've got like 3 guys on 1 year contracts that are going to be gone after the season. And this guy's going to fill the spot in that interior line going in the next season. So he's kind of like a projected for the future.
Which is your biggest Ohio State signing that you have to sign the season priority? Is it Marvin Harrison Jr. or is it Paris Johnson Jr.?
Probably Paris Johnson Jr. He's a stud at left tackle. I know Harrison has been really good wide receiver for me as well. But I think the first one I'm going to sign is going to be Paris Johnson Jr. because he's just getting rolling, and he's a stud, and he's going to be a stud, I think, for a good long while for me.
And last one for me. Are we seeing Quan Jackson as a starter, or will he be playing lower down the depth chart day one?
I'm probably going to do a little bit of musical chairs there, probably. So we'll see how that works out. But I like what I've got there, and we'll just. I know for a fact he'll probably get some playing time either at the slot cornerback, possibly, because change of direction 95. To me, that's very important for a slot corner as well. And looking into this draft, just kind of throw this out there. The Rams also drafted Jackson, which was actually the guy that I had listed top, on my list for players I wanted to pick. But anyway, I think I think it's kind of interesting that both these guys went into our division, so it's going to be interesting to see who has the better career as we go forward.
Nice Hunger. Anything for our buddy Maniac before we get him out of here? Well, I'm not kicking him out of here, but we'll wrap up the show.
Kick me out.
More.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate all of you, even our buddy Roger, who I think had to pop in and out a little bit. Thank you all so much, man. This has been a lot of fun, and you guys took what was looking like was going to be a rough night and helped me pull this one through, and I appreciate everybody who popped in here. I am setting all the sliders right now, so that's why you only see my face. So I'm setting all the sliders. The draft is set, so nobody's got to remind me. Draft's already set, and I did a little randomizer that I used for that. Raj, I'll share that tool with you too in case you want to help me use that in the future. Here is the schedule. Let me pull it up to make sure that I'm saying the right things to all of you. We are in, actually, I've jumped in the wrong franchise. Let me jump back. Here we go. We're not in preseason week 1 yet, but we're going to be. I just want to get everything set first. So here is the plan. The plan is I'm going to get us to week 1. You can play your week 1 game. The franchise is not open to free agency, so you cannot pick up free agents yet. You can put in bids. So if you have players, you're like, hey, I want to bid on this guy. He's 75 overall and above. You can start to put in bids, but they will not be closed and awarded until later tomorrow. So that will start tonight. You can play your camp. You can play your week 1 game. Injuries will be off. You can do all that. Everything else is going to be set. Tomorrow, we will sim to week 4. There, all free agents will be open. 74 and under, free for all. 75 and over, the bids will start to be closed. Cannot sign those players until you are awarded the bid. There's a whole process, excuse me, for that. So go ahead and start doing your homework. Know who you want. If you want to start putting in those 75 overall bids or higher, you can do that. And then get your team set to 53. So not only your 53 on your roster, but also your practice squad if you choose to do so. The rule is if you choose not to do so, whatever the computer does to your team, does to your team. We're not going to fix it. I'm not jumping through hoops. You made the decision to not field the practice squad. Hence, you will deal with whatever repercussions that may happen after that. And come, I think if I got everything right here, we will let you set to 53 Sunday, Monday. Once everybody's set to 53 on Monday, worst case by 7 o'clock on Monday, we will advance to the new season. We'll start playing again. So that is how this is all going to work out. Play your games if you want to. Set everything up. Get everything set. Make sure you know the FPR. Tomorrow night, I will update FPR, even though not a lot's changing. It's pretty much all staying the same. There's some small tweaks and additions that we're doing, but everything else is staying pretty much the same. Fellas, thank you again. Before I wrap it up, what questions do I have from you guys? You guys sometimes have some good questions that maybe I haven't thought of. Anything I need to mention or should bring up or say here?
What do you think is going to contribute to you keeping that hot streak you had going at the end of the season?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. Let me see. Slow Play says, I'm going through the Discord, reading the rules, philosophy, and I come across the spiritual board and my brother in Christ. Slow, that's awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a pastor and have been for a long time now. And I love what we get to do. My wife and I pastor a completely different sort of non-traditional a non-American traditional community, home-based church. So we do a home-based church here. Anyway, sorry. Let me get back to my buddy. Slow, just follow the directions. We'll get you in there. We'll get you played. We'll get you on the waiting list, and I'd love to find a spot for you. NBC's got some openings. Deuce has some openings, so we'd love to get you involved in the community. We got really good humans here, as you can already hear a lot of their voices here tonight. Nice Soccer, I don't know, man. I think football's simple. It's a simple game. Don't turn the ball over. Create turnovers. Be efficient on critical downs and distances. So third down, red zone, that kind of thing. I was able to find some momentum, stop turning the ball over, become more efficient there. The biggest thing for me is going to be offensive line. My offensive line does not play as good as they should, and that affects the run game. I gave way too many sacks. I feel like the team is developing and progressing. I went and spent some money on some offensive linemen, even though I've got literally like 6 first-round draft picks on this offensive line right now, maybe 7. So it's going to me, it's going to come down to, what does Mills do? Can I not turn the ball over, throw interceptions? Can I run the ball? Anytime I'm playing, my best football is when I'm really balanced, and I just never really found the run game last year. We had a couple of plays, but never anything super consistent. And then on defense, can we play football the way I like to play football, which is shut down the run, force you to pass, and go get me a couple of turnovers? Yeah, that's what it's going to take. So we'll see how that goes. All right, anything else before we get out of here?
Nate, I just kind of thought of something. Maybe just throw it in. With the
oh no,
guys
Maniac's thinking on the fly. He's gonna throw it out there. Oh no, I'm in trouble.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, when guys start being able to sign free agency and stuff, and we get ready. I know, like, one of the questions that has come up in the past, and even for me as well. PlayStation practice squad. I was thinking PlayStation practice squad. Guys that are on guys practice squads, when you're trying to get your 53 man set, and they are available to sign without a form being signed. So
No.
74 and under, they're free, right?
They are
to
not.
sign or not.
No, they
Okay.
are not. So once they're on someone's roster for the first 4 weeks, they are set. Now, if they're still in that practice squad come week 5, so we give you the first 4. Come week 5, all practice squads are open. So if somebody signs a player on free agent and throws them on their practice squad and beats you to it, then that's on their roster. So yeah, if they're on a roster, they're locked down. Mainly do it for like draft picks, right? Like if you got a guy that you're like, I don't know, you can put him on your practice squad. You have 4 weeks to sort of think through it, see what you want to do, and then make your decision. I think a few of those probably also end up being, low rated draft free agents that guys put on their practice squad. But again, if they don't use them, they'll be there in week 5 for you.
Okay.
Good question, though. Anybody else? Sweet. Well, guys, I appreciate all of you for doing this. I am still setting sliders here. I almost have it. I think I got a couple more, and then we will be good to go, and I'll get us into week number 1. So that will happen here in the next couple of minutes. I'm going to get off because I'm a Wi-Fi rod. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you, brother.
Have a good night, everybody.
I appreciate Roger, Maniac, Nice Songer, Trey, everybody who jumped in. It's been awesome. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to hang out and chat for just a little bit if you guys want to keep hanging out, but I'm going to kill the stream. Guys, I love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those around you. I got church tomorrow, but we'll be back tomorrow night for a Press Pass Live because I missed Friday because the wife's got me running around. Special Press Pass Live tomorrow, and then we'll get right off into the season on Monday. I'll see you then. Love you. Bye.
Deuces.
Smash that like and subscribe.